So, maybe if I break it down this way, um, when did you first know or decide that you wanted to be an entrepreneur? For me, I kind of knew at a young age. It kind of started with the candy, the chocolate sales, and trying to win a bike, trying to win a trip to Disneyland, and this, that, and third. And never really won that trip to Disneyland, and I never really won that bike. But I usually won some pretty cool stuff. Or usually, I scored pretty high in sales. One thing that was kind of exciting about that was just kind of the aspect of getting it done, I guess, just knocking on doors and having something to do. When you're that age, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever the age range is, or grade range is, and which you do that kind of stuff. That was kind of a start. That was a segue into entrepreneurship at a young age, I think. Even before that, I used to kind of get with some of my friends, and even on a solo tip, I used to kind of make up little job lists and kind of go and promote services around my building. I grew up in an apartment building my whole life. I noticed like maintenance people would do, the landscaping and this, that, and the third, but people still had their little personal space that they needed to upkeep. So I offered to sweep, wash windows, take out garbage, things like that. Quarter here, a dime there, a nickel here, something, you know what I'm saying? Just out there, summer vacations or just times off from school, just kind of sitting around bored and just like, even then you want money because you want to go buy toys, this, that, and the third. So that kind of inspired that. So I guess you could say my early infatuation with entrepreneurship has always been about acquiring things, or a means to acquiring things that I was interested in or something like that. Then when I was about 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that, one summer break, my mom, she got us going with a candy store. What was it? Smart and Final. Smart and Final had, the candy for the bulk, for the low. So we went and we did that. And when my stepdad, shout out to Big Rod, he wasn't eating all the product or drinking my sodas, we actually did pretty good. Got money for school clothes and things like that. But, mom supported that at an early age, so that just kind of further, put my interest in entrepreneurship out there, although I didn't know it at the time. I couldn't put a title on it. Entrepreneurship at the time wasn't even a word to me. That didn't happen until much later on, in the recent future, or the recent past, maybe. So that's kind of how I started, and that's kind of when I knew I wanted to do that. After the candy store thing, I did this thing called the Kids Club, and a lot of that was, like I said, between the ages of like maybe 6 and 12, maybe. After that, it's kind of started being cool, and that's kind of when you're more about spending money on things. It's like, okay, mom, dad, let's go shopping, yada yada. At the time, I don't even know if we really had a computer like that. So none of that was cracking. So at that point, I don't know. I guess I just kind of lost, I don't know, my spirit, I guess you would say. I don't know. I can't remember really selling nothing in high school or anything like that. I did have an infatuation of spending somebody else's money, though. That was pretty fun. Until it wasn't, because then I wasn't getting stuff at the frequency that I wanted to get it, or acquire the things that I wanted when I wanted them. So instead of trying to find a way to make more money, I think I just kind of learned how to work around or squeeze money out of my budget that I was getting from my parents. So, Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, that kind of thing. So in high school on, it just kind of, I don't know what happened. It just kind of fell by the wayside as far as that, I graduated at like 17, early 16, something like that. So my only thought was just, even at the hell, that's what I did in high school. I got my first job. That's when I started working. I was like, I needed money, I needed to support myself, and I wasn't selling nothing. So yeah, that's when I got into job mode. My teens, my high school years. So that's when I got into job mode. Started off with a telemarketing job. Got that telemarketing job, TVIC, selling home remodeling products. That shit was the worst. Me and my I don't even know what to call it at this point, but this cat I used to roll with, we kind of, he had the car, to get us there, and he was down to work, so we just both kind of rolled it out, We neither one of us really had no money. We were sharing Pop-Tarts out the vending machine and sharing a half-diluted Hanson soda or whatever we can get our hands on, we share and, we make it work. Gas money, the gas money, this, that, and the third, we did that. The other homie Marvin worked there. He the one who got us the job, and I think his cousin Chad, the homie Chad, shout out to Chad and Marvin. Jordan, I think Jordan worked there too. Shout out to the homie Jordan, wherever he at these days. But yeah, so we did that working thing, got into effect, got into making my own money. So from an early age, if I wasn't selling, selling them the first, half of my life, and then the second half, high school years, it was kind of the working thing, no more hustling, more about working. Go get a job. I had friends that were, at the time, getting jobs at Washington Mutual and the banks and making buku bucks. So that was the thing. Get into the banking world, get into something that got to do with real estate, because that's where the money's at. Like, the homies is driving brand new Intrepids and this, that, and the third. And it's like, damn, man, that's I need to get my piece too. And, we kind of did. We had a little, off the charts little things that we did here and there to get money. I won't really speak too much about, but nothing nobody's really proud of. But I ain't kill nobody either, so that's good. But I'll leave that there. But we had money coming in, you know what I'm saying, from hustles or otherwise. But primarily it was just that work dough, and get the bank job or whatever it was gonna be, paying you $10 an hour. That was like a dream. Like, oh man, I could just get like $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $14 an hour at the bank. You making buku bucks, and all the girls work at the bank. So what? Yeah, you want to work at the bank. And so nobody was focused. I mean, at least I wasn't focused on trying to do that. Or, even when I was me and this guy I used to roll with, we had a job at a kiosk in AT&T, because I did everything in the mall. I worked at Foot Locker, the picture people at the same time. If you ever been to the picture people, the people that take pictures of your babies with the propeller, yeah, I had that. That was a situation where I had a customer service issue that got me relieved from that duty. But then Foot Locker, the cool thing about Foot Locker was they paid us out of the register every Sunday, and getting discounted shoes, for those releases and stuff like that. I was the guy who opened the box, so I could put mines up right away, So that was a perk. What else? So just back to this working, trying to get this bank job, trying to get into real estate. It actually took me 10 years before I actually got into the bank. I did get into real estate first, about 2000. Before I got into real estate, I never ended up getting into real estate or that bank game until like 2009. What ended up happening was my mom's friends from church got me a job at this place called St. Jude Medical. I worked there for a while, and that was that. 7 years past that, then I wound up in mortgage, doing loans, home loans. Everybody, the youngsters there was getting G35 money. Everybody had a brand new G35, and nobody was out of high school. Here I am, a few years out of high school, and I got none of that. I don't even think I had a car at the time. So that was the hustle. Like, let me learn this shit ASAP, But at the time, that's when the crash was kind of coming about. So, we were selling the most volatile product in the most volatile time that you could be selling it in. So it was pretty bad timing for getting into the real estate game or the bank industry at that time. But I was able to make good money through that, which, because I was making good money, my wife was making good money at the time, and she wasn't my wife yet, but She was a correction officer, and I was bringing in, almost $6,000 a month in bank revenue, like just from commissions and being a top performer at the bank. So, I mean, life was good. I had no reason to really think about hustling, but I always still did. I always thought about, like, on the side, like, I don't want to do this. Like, the whole thing with banking, especially the collections part, because I did do collections. So that's the part that paid me so well. I did really well at it, but I really hated it. This is the ironic thing. The whole time I was in that, even before that, like, just once I kind of put my foot in the real estate game or the mortgage game in general, I wanted to get in because I was jaded by, some of the things and the stories I was hearing. I had friends at Countrywide, like, Countrywide is doing this, that, and the third. They're shipping us over here. Since the vacations here, they paying us this, paying us that. So-and-so got this car, that car. You get a house, this, that, and it was the same thing. And, like, Chase and Warren moved for a while, but, shit hit the fan and things changed, and it just so happens that I was on I was even barely way, so, that was that. I kind of missed that train. I was just kind of running after it for a few years after that, so I was really hating life because it was like, once those jobs were going, get laid off from the bank twice, not once but twice, from Chase and Bank of America within a span of like 2-3 years. So, I was hating life, at the banks and all that before that, because it was all stressful, this, that, and the third. And I hated the management. I hated people, in management, because the attitude, it's funny when people do with power. And I made a decision. I was just kind of, not really a decision, but I just kind of realized, like, I don't like people telling me what to do. Because I realized my potential, and I kind of realized that, I've had, potential to do something greater all along. And it's just like, I keep sitting here, it's like, I find things to do that I'm good at for other people, but when it comes to finding what I'm good at for myself, it seems like I kind of fall by the wayside, even though I know what I'm capable of. I know I have a lot of talent, but, I don't know. Something just keeps holding me. Like, I feel shackled sometimes, I don't know. I'm like, what is, like, I feel like I should be motivated. I know I got a lot to be motivated. I know I got a lot that I'm working for, a lot that I want, a lot that people are expecting from me, a lot that people are depending on me, That's kind of a thing, I kind of wear it like a badge of honor, but at the same time, like, it's not something that really drives me for some reason. And it's kind of weird because I'm trying to figure out what really drives me so that I can finally make this thing twerk. Because it ain't for lack of opportunities, and it's for lack of trying, that's for sure. What I mean when I say that is, it's just that I've always been the type to take in opportunities and looking for the next thing. But even when I find those things, my success has never been achieved because I never stuck with it long enough to really make it pop. Usually I get no's and rejection and that type of shit sets in, and then you get nothing done because you say, well, shit, this ain't for me. But then you go back to work, and then you tell yourself at the same time, as soon as you get in that cubicle, you get on that first job, that first sales call, that first customer service call, you deal with that first bitchy customer or whatever, man, you like, all of a sudden it's like, no, maybe I need to go back to this, that, or third, you know what I mean? I need to go back to trying to sell insurance. I need to go back to trying to sell Kirby's, cars, something. There's gotta be something better than this. I'm back in my nightmare. And that's what working is to me. Like, for somebody else, it's a nightmare because you don't have control. It's like a spiral of things that you just kind of go to sleep hoping that everything turned out all right. But yeah, Freddy Krueger pop his head out every now and then, and you be like, oh, fuck. I'm in a goddamn nightmare. I'm in this funnel. I'm in this cycle. Funnel, that's a new term I'm learning too. But yeah, so now I'm in a space where I'm just kind of increasing my marketplace value, increasing my knowledge, increasing my value, and just kind of putting different tools in my tool belt And time is one of the most important ones. Time is a very important one that I'm learning about. And I've known about it the whole time, but I've been taking my time for granted, dude. Like, and that's the part that really sucks because, we ain't promised nothing. And here I am, letting it go. Like, I got it to spare. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, if I'm doing this with my time, what the hell would I do with a gang of money? Blow that shit, So, and they say time is money. So, shit, I'm already in debt. You know what I mean? So, what we going to do from here on out, we're going to encourage ourselves daily with positive self-talk. We're getting on this camera more. We're going to expose ourselves more. We're going to try. We're going to figure out what this motivation is, something's gonna get us out of bed. We need to find something to get us out of bed, like it's Christmas morning. Like, you wake up with that anticipation every December 25th, and you like, or the eve of or the night, the day of your birthday, or whatever it is. Bar mitzvah, Hanukkah, Ramadan, whatever you celebrate, whatever your love is. Like, when you get up that day and you like, it's that most exciting day of the year for you. Like, oh yes, I'm here. It's this, whatever the reasons is why you love it so much. It make you want to sing in the snow like you was damn the snow princess from that movie Frozen. I don't know why I want to call her Bella Thorne. Elsa, the snow princess. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to try. We're going to get it all done, but we need to figure out what gets us up like that every day. I'm thinking about starting a podcast. It's called Radio Get Your Ass Up. Quick little podcast to help you get up every morning and start your day. Somebody positive in your ears. It's kind of something you could tune in and it's like, hey, welcome to Radio Get Your Ass Up. I'm the host with the most, Jason Carlock, yada, 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 a.k.a. Get Your Ass Up and let's get it done. Here's a little inspirational quote from my man Earl and a little song by my man so, you know what I'm saying, to get your morning popping. A little Nip hustle for you in the morning. Shout out to Nip. Get your day going, a little victory lap. Get on your marathon today. Do whatever you got to do to keep the race going, keep the marathon alive, keep the mission in motion. I'm out, something like that. Podcasting. I'm doing digital marketing now. Social media marketing, still trying to figure out how to monetize this. So now I got these tools. Now it's just trying to figure out how to do it. And part of how to do it is, again, trying to establish my why. What's going to get my ass up? What's going to get my ass up every day? You're trying to think of people who you want to emulate, whose success you want to emulate. And you try to think, like, what would they tell me if they saw me sitting around right now? They'd be like, get your ass up. What are you doing? Like Puffy. I think about my man Nip, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to think like, yo, what would he say if he was here? If Nip was here, if that was your business partner and you walked in and it's like, you in here asleep. It's 10, 11 o'clock at night. In the morning, actually. What are you doing? Nigga, get up off your ass. Or if he was like, get up off your ass, nigga. I'd be like, damn, nigga, like, nigga, let's get to it, nigga. I'll be like, all right, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you want to get this money, get up. You know what I'm saying? I think about, like, everybody that's of the world. Get your ass up, man. What are you doing? You gotta get up and max out. What are you doing sleeping? Get up and make calls, make calls, make calls, make calls, make calls. I'm like, shit, I don't want to make calls. Cover over the head. I don't want to make calls. No, I should make calls, but every time I make calls, people yell at me. They tell me no, they call me stupid, and they avoid me. And I don't like it. Get over it. You hear like Earl Nightingale. Men simply don't think. This is a problem with the youth today. There's too many people running around acting like everybody else. Nobody's wanting to put their own shit together. Nobody wants to simply think. And I'm like, damn, dude. I'm high, I'm sitting here, and I'm trying to think, and I'm feeling what you're saying right now, but in 2 minutes I'm going to be distracted because I'm high. And I know I can do this if I'm high. I know I can. The weed is not a distraction. How's that for a positive affirmation? The weed is not a distraction. I get more done when I'm high. The weed is not a distraction. I get more done when I'm high. I am awesome. I am great. I am awesome. I am great. I'm the man. So maybe even be a little, maybe is it a good thing to be a little narcissistic? I'm the motherfucking man. I don't need no help. You need help. You need a team. You need people to help you and help you get shit done and keep you focused on the right track, but also so you can put things on autopilot so you can kind of step away when you need to, or more importantly when you want to. Yeah. So this has just been a little self-analysis here, just kind of get your mind moving, get your brain right, and try to figure out, what's motivating you, what is the reason why you try to think back why you started off in this journey in the first place and what you hope to achieve, where you want to take it. I'm going to cut the video short here because this is going to go on forever otherwise. But yeah, so I'm going to chime back in and try to narrow this down a little bit more and see if we can get to this success. I'm going to try to put myself on a challenge right now. It's basically the 20th, April 20th, the time flew. Avengers Endgame is upon us. We're about a week out from that. So we got some shit going on. Rent to do soon. Phone bills, all kind of shit is coming up due. We got some tools in our belt, some things that we're paying for. We still got sales going on Amazon, YouTube, Mercari. So yeah, we're gonna keep pushing those things out and try to get the rest of that inventory sold. So but that has been a success also that I did not mention. Started selling things on Amazon, eBay, and Mercari. Mercari is actually a really, really good sales site. Let Go, not so much. But Mercari, give them an A+. They make everything super easy. Shipping is hella easy. It's actually a no-brainer. Literally, like your item sells, you print out the shipping label here and stick it in a package box, whatever. Go to FedEx, drop it off. They even tape it up for you, so it's cool. But yeah, so we're doing that. Got the podcast coming soon. Radio, get your ass up. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Got Gizmo, his Instagram page, Gizmo Sleeps. I'm trying to work on getting him 1 million followers. We'll see how that works out. I'm trying to get myself 1 million followers. I'm trying to get my wife to do this coupon thing. I'm doing a blog. I got my website up, jasoncarlock.com. Gonna kind of use that as a kind of springboard to kind of get from one thing to the next. Just kind of testing out abilities, building a WordPress website. I'll make a video on that. That was really easy. Getting hosted and everything probably costed me about maybe $20, if that, and that's like for 2 years, and then be listed and not be listed in the Whois dictionary, whatever the hell they call it, directory. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, so we got those things coming up. I'm gonna make other videos about that soon to come.